So it is finally here. Apple did just announce that long rumored low-cost MacBook in the form of the MacBook Neo. And take the naming scheme, if you like it or hate it, I do like what they did here. It kept the naming convention consistent, with the Air being 3 letters, the Pro being 3 letters, and now the Neo also being 3 letters. Naming aside, the performance and what it can do, as well as the price point, is going to be what sells this laptop in droves. This is going to be one of the best and most popular MacBooks Apple has released, especially in the education community. If you can get an EDU discount, which is very easy to do from Apple, this laptop starts at only $499. There are not multiple considerations or configurations here. It is simply a 256 or a 512 storage. And if you opt for the base $499 or $599 version, depending on the EDU pricing, this only comes with a basic Magic Keyboard, no Touch ID or anything else. But if you update to the 512 gig storage, you do get Touch ID. And I think that is going to be the one a lot of people should opt for. Double the storage, Touch ID for convenience is going to make your day-to-day usage of this a lot more seamless. Leave it to Apple to only give us a little bit of a storage bump and a touch feature to be able to make another $100 profit off these machines. But either way, I think this is going to be great. It does come with a 13-inch display with 500 nits of brightness, not the rumored 400 nits, but unfortunately does not have MagSafe charging. This is one omission I really wish it did include. You unfortunately only have 2 USB-C ports, a USB-C 2 and a USB-C 3. The 3 will obviously get you faster data transfers. I think it's up to 10 gigabits a second instead of only a few hundred megs. So take that for what you'd like, but there are your only 2 ports for charging and data transfer. You do also have a headphone jack, which is always a good inclusion. Now, having said that, it is also coming in 4 colors. I do have a citrus one coming. I'm super excited about this. It's going to be a backup machine. I'm very curious to put it through the paces and see how it actually does with editing on the A18 Pro chip, which debuted in last model iPhones in the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max. We know it's a very capable chip for an iPhone, but powering a laptop is going to be a total different aspect. With this should be able to run all your Mac apps easily. However, with only 8 gigs of RAM, it is going to make multitasking feel pretty squeezed, and I don't know how much more you can do aside from web browsing and things like that without it really bogging down. We're gonna have to put it through the paces, so make sure to thumbs up this video and subscribe to the channel to know when those videos go live. If you are thinking about picking them up as well, please use that affiliate link down below. It helps out the channel immensely. I do appreciate it. Now, aside from that, I think Apple did knock it out of the park. I am not sold on the whole iPad, or I should say base iPad bezels on this thing. It definitely is going to give somewhat of a throwback to a, well, less expensive machine, which it is. But for $599, if you don't have that educational pricing, or $699 for the upgrade, I think this is a no-brainer and is a perfect segue drug to getting more people in the Apple ecosystem that couldn't afford possibly the higher end Macs, even the MacBook Air now, since it's coming in over $1,000. So aside from that, all the other features are kind of what leaked. We do only have Wi-Fi 6E though. I was a little disappointed there. I was hoping to see Wi-Fi 7, and then also all of the other facts we stated earlier. So my question for you guys is, and leave a note in the comments down below, is it worth 600 bucks? I think hands down the answer is yes to that, but this is my personal opinion. I'm only one person. You guys have to let me know in the comments down below. It does have that Liquid Retina display. It does have a full keyboard. It does have multi-touch trackpad support. So you get all your basic Mac functions here, but the overarching question is still going to be how that A18 Pro chip performs. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. We will catch you in the next one. Peace.